Hi everyone, I'm Cecily. Welcome to my channel, The Lover's Astro and Tarot. This reading is for anyone whose sun, moon, or ascendant is in the beautiful sign of Virgo. Hi Virgo. You guys are having an interesting month. I know I always say that, but I feel like there's somebody in your life that you want. And they're not rejecting you, but they don't necessarily notice you. And you're at a place where you're going to have to kind of ride in and conquer, which isn't your style, Virgo. So let's talk about exactly what's going on. The first card that you actually received is the Empress. Now I'm showing it to you in the upright position, but it did come out in reverse. The Empress is a very powerful card because it's the life card, it's the birthing card, it's the card that says that creation and the force of creation is coming into your life. Sometimes this manifests as an actual person. The Empress can also be looked at as the object of our affection, the person that we want the most. Now, this is probably somebody who's been in your life. You're not necessarily with them, but it's definitely somebody you've had your eye on, Virgo. Somebody who you have an emotional attachment to. Now, this person is representing everything that you want in a partner. They're smart, they're kind, they're able. They really, know how to make someone feel good. They really are just a sort of self-sustaining person. And for Virgo, that's a really big thing. And when you get the Empress in reverse, it basically says that this person isn't living up to the hype, or they're not really everything you thought they would be. Virgo, sometimes even the Empress can represent you, and you can be in a place where you feel like you're out of whack because the Empress is a representative of love. And if you feel like December was a bad month for you emotionally and romantically, and it's put you in an upside down position, it's basically saying that either you or the person that you're interested in is in a place of, how can I put this? A place of not really feeling that desire. And that's why I said that there's a sense of rejection there, or a sense of separation or ignoring there. Because the Empress is everything that you want. And when you put it in reverse, it's basically saying that those wants, those desires aren't being met. Now, directly next to it, you have this Three of Pentacles that's trying to communicate, right? And the Three of Pentacles is one of those cards that's about working together, understanding, communication, cooperation, security, and being able to trust somebody on a day-to-day level, on a relationship level. So with this Empress being in reverse and that Three of Pentacles, what you're running into is a situation where somebody's not really seeing the full potential of the relationship. And the day-to-day is smooth, but for whatever reason, they're not living up to your standards, Virgo. Or you're not living up to their standards and they haven't noticed you. And what's really going to be important for you coming into that relationship mid to late January, you're going to have to show up in a really big way, which is that Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and the Knight of Pentacles is actually you, Virgo. It's you, and as you can see, you're kind of blowing your horn, and you're on top of a deer, literally. So what that means is you're in a space where you can no longer hold back. You can't sit back this month and hope that they come to you. You can't hope that this is going to be the time where they really reach out to you and talk to you. You really either have to speak to them or you have to let it go. And with the Knight of Pentacles is slow to move, but he still does move. So you still have to kind of be vulnerable. You still have to kind of say the things that have been on your mind about this person and let them know how you feel. Even though you're not necessarily in a relationship, you have to kind of stake your claim this month, Virgo. And if you can't do that, you either have to be at peace with saying what's on your mind, or you have to be at peace with letting it go. And that's where that last card comes in, which is Temperance. And Temperance says that at the end of the month, everything will balance itself out and will come to a conclusion. It'll allow you to get to a space where you feel like maybe the Empress can turn into the upright position and the energy will go a positive way. It really depends on the conclusion of your reading. But Temperance is also there to guide you and say, both the Empress and Temperance are offering you something. Temperance is offering you peace towards the end of the month. It's not an epiphany, it's you getting to a space where you can finally say, I did what I needed to do to recognize my love for that person. So you're going to go all out this month. And it's just a matter of you kind of accepting your love for that person and not being so shy, Virgo. You're going to have to put yourself out there. So let's see what comes out for you as an outcome card. Ooh, okay. So Virgo, it did come out in the upright position, so I'm going to show it to you. This is you walking away from your Empress, Virgo. Whoever it is, whatever it was that you wanted with them, whether it was a significant commitment or whether it was you basically not necessarily having that person in your life, but maybe it's a coworker or a friend or someone that you're emotionally invested in and you wanted to start a relationship with, but the person either didn't know or was already involved or felt like they weren't interested. For whatever reason, the relationship isn't getting past the initiation hump, the very beginning, and you're going to decide to walk away. So the Six of Swords is really about you taking that angst and that frustration and that yearning and deciding to release it, which is this Temperance, and moving past it from rocky, unsure waters to crystal clear, beautiful, safe, and mild waters is the direction that you're going. You're going to allow yourself to release your crush, in a sense, or to, have a crush and then kind of process it and get over it this month. So it's one of those things where the person that you were into wasn't necessarily the right fit anyway. They may have represented all the things that you want, but for whatever reason, things were out of whack. So it was something that you probably should let go of. But the Empress is one of those very powerful things that lure you in, and it's very hard to kind of stop that energy. But Temperance comes along and really does kind of take anything away that's been misleading you or making you wonder about how they really feel. It's going to allow you to get clarity, which is really important. So that's your reading for the month of January, Virgo. Um, I know it had some good points and some bad points, but hopefully you'll have somebody in your life soon that will allow you to be in the space that you need to be. So thank you so much, Virgo. Thank you for all of your likes, your comments, your subscribes, your kind words. I really appreciate you. And please keep it up. It looks like you're doing a good job. So, thanks so much, and I will see you next month. Bye, Virgo.